Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalam, brother. How you doing?
Okay.
Yes,
People don't know that me and you went to school together.
Bro, we went to secondary school together, bro.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
we're from the same kind of area as well in London.
Literally basically in the same area.
Same area?
Yeah, same area, yeah. So it was
I think that's a good place to start.
yeah.
Because I think you're about 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
I was in year 7, you were in year 10.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, right.
How old are you now? 36?
38.
Oh, is it? So you must have been much older.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was a few figures there? There was a few like names people were very scared of. Were you in Tunde's year?
Tunde.
Was he 1 year below?
He was 1 year below.
Yeah. He was scared of this Sunday.
Yeah, the thing is, we had many characters that came from Quentin Kynaston. So there's been, weirdly enough, a lot of success and then a lot of crazy stories as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, our school was interesting.
It was, to be honest, yeah, it was very interesting. But that's a good place to start because a lot of people in the school went into, sorry to say, a life of crime.
Yep.
Obviously, the private backgrounds, disenfranchised backgrounds, etc. A lot of them got into education, and then you got someone like yourself who's obviously made a star of themselves. Yeah, alhamdulillah, more ways than one.
Thank you.
So, martial arts as a vocation or as a hobby or as some kind of an activity for someone who is young, who could go into a life of crime. What do you think of that?
So I always say the one thing that martial arts gave me was a second peer group.
Yeah.
Now, regardless of where we come from, as you say, people come from underprivileged backgrounds and so on and so forth. It makes it easier to kind of just be bought on that first peer group that you find, first friendship group that you find, anything that you always want to impress them and so on and so forth. I had the ability to say no to these people simply because I was like, yeah, but these guys would actually beat me up. But they were also my peer group. There's people that I spent a lot of time with, trained with, traveled with. I look at them as my older brothers, older siblings, older sisters. And I prefer to disappoint these guys here than I would disappoint, this new peer group that I've found in martial arts. Which is why I think martial arts, I don't care what art it is.
Yeah.
I think it just teaches you so many different things, and everybody from all ages should be involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about All Stars Boxing Club, which is close to your house as well.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people from the streets. I went there as well when I was younger. I saw a lot of people from the streets coming out of the streets and into that, and now it's just like directing their energies into that.
Yeah.
And I think it really is a good way because the thing is with the youth, we've got a lot of crime and a lot of stuff going on, but we don't give them alternatives.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's a very, very good alternative.
It's one of the best alternatives. Yeah. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you self-control. It teaches you, even just people skills, because you spend a lot of time with you get so many walks of life that end up in a gym.
Yeah.
There's people that I'm friends with now, close friends with, that live in Liverpool, that live in Italy, I would never have come across these people had it not been for martial arts. You see what I'm saying? So
how did you start? What was the first thing you did? You did kickboxing in the beginning.
So I did 𝙈𝙤𝙪 Kung Fu.
Okay.
But the competitions that we did was kickboxing competitions.
And there's lots of clips on you, of you online knocking people out.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of style though, from when you were young until now.
Yeah, same style. It's a different rule set. The rules is more. I'd always say it leans towards Taekwondo. It's more point scoring.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why my style is as effective as it is now is because when I was doing the kickboxing, the element that we focus on is the speed element, getting in and getting out without being touched, because we happen to score points. Whereas a lot of other kickboxing arts, nothing's better, but it's just different. A lot of other kickboxing arts focus on the KO and focus on the power. Now, the reason why my movement is so slick and fast and hard to read is because I didn't focus on the power. I know that speed kills, and with speed comes power, and the sport focuses on the speed.
Yours is very in and out style.
Very.
And you're jumping all the time. Yeah, like, that you need to train yourself, because I've tried doing it myself. I tried that and I got exhausted. And so this is
it's a lot.
This style.
It's funny you say that. For those that watch boxing, Derek Chisora actually trains in our gym as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and
I saw him doing some grappling and stuff as well.
He was again. He was having fun. Yeah. He spoke about wanting to do an MMA fight a while ago, and one of my teammates. He's like, I want to feel that leg kick. want to feel that leg. It feels like he took one leg kick and changed his direction back to boxer. He said, okay, I know.
You know, when I was younger, I think I might have been 18 or 19 years old. I saw 𝙬𝙤𝙪𝙨𝙬. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
I was trying to park my car, and then he was there, and I was like, I didn't know it was him. I knew who he was, but I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to park my car, and then I was like, who's this idiot that's not letting me park my car? I looked out the window. I saw his 𝙬𝙤𝙪𝙨𝙬. I just went like this. please, go there.
My car doesn't fit anywhere. It's fine.
I think he lived in Finchley Road or something like that.
Yeah, he knows. He has been around there. Yeah. It's like road like Mill Hill now or something. So it's around that kind of area.
So you trained with a lot of boxers as well then?
Yeah, we had the thing is, because it's mixed martial arts, what we try to do is we'll bring in the top jiu-jitsu guy and I have to go against it. Now it's your area. It's not for me. It's my goal is to try and beat you, but the likeliness is I'm not going to beat you, but it teaches me a lot. And it shows me where I am in my jiu-jitsu. Then I get a top wrestler and the same again. But I always say that one of the first things that you're going to be doing is punching. Like the second we start, we both start on our feet. We don't start on the floor. You know what I mean? We don't start clinched. You're probably most likely going to be boxing or kicking. So you have to be good at boxing. So
a lot of people that we both know, when they say your grappling is actually very good, you've got very tight grip. I think your grappling is underrated. Would you say?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's just something I love to do.
Yeah.
Like in the gym, I go to other grappling gyms and like, you know, I enjoy the grappling element of it. But when it comes to the showman in me and what I'm best at, I don't care to grapple. And again, so it's definitely not it's definitely not my best thing. It's not my best weapon.
Yeah.
And this is why, but I enjoy it and I keep trying to progress.
You did a grappling competition?
I did a grappling competition.
Was it Polaris?
Yeah. It's a big show. It's a big Polaris show. And I won that one as well. Yeah. But again, for me,
that is really impressive though.
I like to challenge myself.
And background. To something completely different.
I love to challenge myself all the time. And I always say, I'm forever a student. Yeah. It doesn't matter how successful I become. I'll always go to somebody's gym and seek information. I'm not going to go there thinking that I know it all. I'm going there to find out what I've missed, you know, what I can pick up. So yeah, challenging myself all the time, and I think for everybody is important to do. We love to sit in our comfort zones a lot, so it's important to challenge yourself.
Well, talking about that, I mean, you were first in Bellator and then you moved to the UFC, and that's the big story now that you moved to the UFC.
Yeah.
How do you compare the two? How do you compare the competition in Bellator versus the competition in the UFC?
You know what? I would personally say it's the same as when you get to the top end of MMA. Everyone's amazing. Everyone's super talented. The difference is the magnitude of the event itself.
Is that what it is?
It's very, very different. And even for me, I'm usually very relaxed under lights, crowds, and I'm chill. And I've been accustomed to being on big shows and so on and so forth. But when I got to the UFC, even for me, I was like, wow, okay, it's very.
Is it just the number of people in the stadium?
It's the number of people, but it's the energy that people bring. It's the almost a passion. It's the expectation. There's so much more weight to carry in the UFC.
Stakes are much higher.
Yeah, stakes are much higher. And obviously, especially for myself, I managed to create quite a good reputation just being from Bellator. But everyone, that question mark was always, but can he do that in the UFC? Yeah, but can he do that in the UFC against this guy, that guy?
But we saw in the last fight, you can do it.
Yeah, mashallah.
I mean, we thought that he would start wrestling you because he's from Dagestan.
Yeah. But he likes to strike as well. And we kind of knew it was a good matchup. The likeliness is he's going to want to
His style is not... Your style was just like kryptonite for his style.
Yeah. But again, like I said, because of my style was based on the speed element, the movement element, a lot of people find it difficult.
He wasn't accustomed to it. He doesn't... You can't find someone... You can't find someone in the gym.
You can't
to like
spar. Only other person is like, for those that watch, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yeah, of course.
Comes from a very similar background to myself. And because we're friends... he's had people come up to him like, look, I want to, I'm fighting Michael. I like to spar. He's like, nope, he's my friend. I want him to win. So you're not going to get any sparring anywhere that can replicate who I am and what style I'm going to
They'll have to go to like Taekwondo arts.
Yeah, but even that, like I said, we lean into Taekwondo, but we're not quite Taekwondo. So there are slight differences and you wouldn't really notice it. It looks quite similar. So you wouldn't really notice it. So I've seen guys have Taekwondo guys and I'm laughing. I'm sitting there laughing, watching them training with Taekwondo guys, knowing that it's not going to be the same when I get in there.
Because what you do is you establish a rhythm, right? At the beginning, and then it's like, you don't know when this guy's going to pout.
Yeah.
The person's just like completely shocked by it all.
It's funny, I personally, I call it a touching strings. So a lot of the times when you see me fight initially, you see me doing a lot of fake movements.
Yeah.
And every time I fake, I see a response. And I'm like, okay, that leads to that. Or fake, I see a response. Okay, that leads to that. I might land a punch. I see where you twitch. That leads to that. Once I've attached as many strings, I'm like, I'm basically, you know, I'm the puppeteer, you're the puppet. I am moving you around and I know where you're going to end up, where you're going to go. And then I can create what I call a car crash effect. I force you to come forward and I get there quicker and create that collision. Which is why, like I said, the speed.
What if you've got a back-footed fighter, like someone who doesn't like to go forward at all?
So yeah, you get that. That just brings different opportunities. The thing is, regardless, your target is still to hit me. So even if you're going backwards, there's still going to be certain things you do to attack me at some point.
You have to, yeah.
And this now, for me to figure out, it usually takes a little bit longer when I have somebody a bit more defensive or a bit more of a counter fighter, but I get there as well.
Who you trained with Khamzat as well? He's in your division now, isn't it?
Yes.
Would you say you're more of a welterweight or more of a middleweight?
Definitely more of a welterweight. Although everyone, even people today, they're like, man, you're bigger than I expected. I'm very tall for that division.
You're 6'3"?
Yeah.
Is that right?
But I'm very tall for the division.
Yeah.
But in terms of stature, you see a lot of people there. You just see the difference. When you're in the MMA, you see the people's ankles are bigger, like wrists are bigger. Like
that DDP looks like heavyweight.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, like his body shape is just different. So he's naturally more a middleweight.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm naturally more a welterweight.
And so you've got people like DDP and Khamzat. Who do you reckon is going to win in that?
Man,
That one there.
I would love to.
You trained with Khamzat as well.
Yeah. And you know what? I always say, seeing somebody as special in person when they're training, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and it just inspires me more because he's exceptional in a completely different area to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very good in my area
as well when you were training with
100%. And you know, there's certain people that demand the room.
Yeah.
He walks in and he demands the room. You know, everyone. He's just, you can tell he's a superstar.
Yeah.
But he's so good in his area, and just watching it, I was just like, yeah, it's unbelievable. I appreciate it. Like I said, it inspires me to go and, you know, push myself more.
Yeah.
But saying that in terms of coming to the fight, DDP is somebody that is the complete opposite. I don't get how he keeps winning. As in, he's not a person I look at and think, oh man, super talented. And obviously there's something about him because he keeps winning. And sometimes even that is an art, knowing how to win.
Do you reckon it's psychological that he's got tremendous will?
He has to be well trained, obviously, and he does do things, but he just seems messy to me. But at the same time, you have to give him his flowers. You have to give him his respect because he's still winning. And this is every time I put my money against him, shall I say, he always comes up on top. So it's just, I would normally say Khamzat would win this fight.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to say, man. He's just a person that this is very, very exceptional fight.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there live in flesh because I'm fighting that night as well.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I wanted to ask you, Islam Makhachev versus Topuria. That's another big one that people are talking about.
Yeah.
Who would you?
I'd have to. So Topuria is something special, as we've all seen. He is definitely something special. He's very unique. I've been watching and studying a lot of his training and how he's this mentality.
Yeah.
He's exceptional.
Ultra confident. He was celebrating one day before.
Ultra confident. But you have to be that. You need that in this game.
Yeah.
You need that in this game. But I'd have to say Islam is just, again, something special and the heavier guy, the naturally heavier guy. So I have to give it. When everything's even, you have to give it to the person that's probably going to bring more power.
Yeah, because I was watching an interview of Sarukian, and he was saying that if you watch Topuria's fight with Bryce Mitchell.
Yes.
You know, the first round, Bryce Mitchell had him down in like a half guard position or something like that. Yeah. And so he said if Bryce Mitchell can do that, imagine what
exactly. And that's what again
will do. Yeah.
Obviously, Bryce Mitchell's very aggressive in that area. I knew Topuria would probably overcome that, but somebody that's heavier, stronger, landing a bit heavier punches. And can probably, and for me, is definitely better than Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
You have to kind of lean in that direction. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a fight coming up.
Yes.
Yes. And he's had kind of like a mixed record. He's lost and won and whatever, but he's a very strong and competent.
Very strong. Remember, he used to be a heavyweight. He was a heavyweight first. He's come down to light heavyweight. He's now at middleweight. I've got up to middleweight. So he's definitely going to be, as we're talking about power, he's definitely going to be the stronger person in certain positions. But again, my style and my speed, my timing is always what I'm going to favor. Because
do you reckon he'll try and grapple you?
I think everybody does. I think even the guys that say to themselves that I'm the best striker in the world and this and that, when they stand in front of me, I'm just frustrated. It's like trying to swat a fly. It's like, can't get there. So, you know, you end up changing tactics. And so many people end up doing the same thing.
And his grappling is not like the grappling of Khamzat or...
No, he's strong though. And I've seen even, he's fought everybody. He's fought Izzy, he's fought Marvin Vettori, he's fought Whitaker, like he's everybody. And you can see he's taken some of these guys down. So he has that ability, but he's not really going to grapple me. He's not really going to, which makes it more of an exciting fight. It's going to be down to...
Because he's more of a striker. He's more
of a striker, definitely.
He's going to want to try that. And
everyone's going to start. Everyone's going to start on plan A until it doesn't work. So,
so people want to know about your conversion.
Yeah.
People want to know what happened, what triggered it, how did you research it, et cetera, et cetera. So what's the story behind that?
So for me, I'd say over the last 6 years, I've become more spiritual and looking into just religion and just spirituality in general. Yeah. Now, I was, raised Christian, as in my family all Christian. But I also, it was never something that resonated with me, even when I was a kid. I never liked being in church, and nothing against the religion. It's something that just never resonated with me. And the second I was given a choice to whether I needed to come or not, if I wanted to come or not, I was like, yeah, I'm not coming anymore. And like I said, I was very far away from spirituality. You know, as I got older, leaning into more spirituality, I've always had a lot of Muslim friends. Yeah. Living in Edgware Road originally, then moving to Harrow Road, same thing. Like there's Moroccans here, all that. Like I know, and I've always been a person I'm friends with everybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with everybody. Yeah, of course. So I get to experience it. Even when I was I used to go to primary school. It's called Gateway School, and
I know Gateway.
Yeah. So I used to go to primary school there. So when it was Eid, everyone disappeared. It was probably me and 2 other kids. So, like, I've always been in and around it. Yeah. But again, as I became more spiritual, something about Islam resonated with me. The discipline, the family kind of... I'm a very family-oriented person. Yeah. There's a certain love, and there's just a certain energy that was drawn to. And then I met my now beautiful wife, inshallah, as well. She's come from a Muslim background. So again, we just have conversations about stuff. And I always say it wasn't to do with her. She was always, and what I loved is, she's like, I would, if you was Muslim, it would help. She was right. But she's like, look, she loved me for me. Yeah, it wasn't, and I said it, I will never be forced into anything. Yeah. If I come to this place, it's because I have decided to be there. And to be fair, it surprised her even when I said it, because when I make my mind up, I'm like, yeah, okay, I know. Yeah. And for me, I can't even tell you if there was a specific moment. I was just like, yeah, I know. And I want to do this. And I always say, I don't like to use other people's experiences as inspiration to make my decisions. And simply because we don't know where life takes us. So if I'm inspired by a specific figure, and it's always good to have inspirations in different ways, but if I'm inspired by a different figure and something goes wrong in their life, and I'm like, well, where does that leave me now? No, I have to find this myself. So for me, the energy and everything had to come from my own understandings. Then I started doing more research into things and learning. And I'm like, it's just a beautiful religion. There were still things, even I was saying to my wife, there's still things that I was questioning, like I wasn't sure about, but still is undeniable beauty in Islam.
Yeah. I'll exchange details with you. Any questions?
Oh, yeah.
We'll do research.
Yeah. I've been saying a long time, when I see anything, I was like, I need to reach out, because I know, your style.
When I saw it, I was very, very happy.
Thank you, man.
For more reasons than one, obviously, I've known you growing up.
Yeah.
So it's different for me. It's like, alhamdulillah. I always knew that you've got that energy that you could.
Yeah, he was anything, but many people say that as well. Yeah. Like everyone, like, even my father-in-law used to say, like, you carry yourself as if you're a Muslim.
Yes.
And, but yeah, it was just the right time. And it's weird because as soon as I reverted, everything just lined up. Like, finding my wife, getting married. My first fight being at that time, there directly after in Saudi. Then I went to Umrah.
How did you find Umrah?
Beautiful, man. You like it, and even when I speak to people that are not religious, I say to them, can you think about it? There's however many millions of us around the world, all putting our energy into the same directions. Of course it's going to be a magical place.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Of course.
There's people from all over the place. I mean, Malcolm X, when he wrote his autobiography, he had this whole chapter dedicated to going to Umrah, or to Hajj actually. And he was talking about how that changed him, and how he saw everyone from all the different places and stuff, and all worshipping one God. It is a transformation.
It's beautiful. And then also, one thing that I find in Islam is, especially when we was down there, everyone looks so different. You go to certain Christian churches, everyone is pretty much the same. I just thought Islam brings, you're found from anywhere. Allah finds you from it. All walks of life. And it was beautiful to look around and just see like so many shapes, sizes, colors, all in the same place, all, praying and worshiping together. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's a family feel to Islam, and that's again something that drew me to being here.
Yeah, I was just talking to Aussie MMA. I know you've done it. Yes, yeah. And we spoke about the same thing, and he was making some very good points. He was saying, look, even for fighting, how when you have a belief in one God, and it's like, okay, this is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And you believe in the qadar, the will of God. So you're going in, you've done all your preparations, but whatever happens is the will of God. There's a liberation to that.
100%. Seriously, there's a massive liberation. But also, when I said to people, I was talking about this the other day, you're never alone. There's so many people that are struggling with depression and so on, just sadness, anxiety, but you're never alone. And that's a powerful thing. I could be, no matter what's going on in life, I have my faith and Allah there with me to help me through whatever time there is. And there are people that are not religious, and they're there by themselves. If you know,
100%.
Like they don't have anybody to lean on. I've been blessed with a big family, and I have support around me and love around me. I know many don't have that. They might just have themselves, but having a faith and reverting over to Islam means you're never by yourself.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right, because there's an epidemic now, loneliness epidemic. But it's become, I think there's even a loneliness minister, like a person that's designed for that role. But having, like you said, believing in one God that is with you all the time, in his knowledge and his power, his wisdom.
Yeah.
I mean, taking that to the ring, taking that to your family, taking that anywhere else.
So powerful anywhere.
It's very powerful.
It's very powerful any and everywhere. Like, doesn't matter what you're doing. And I agree with what you said in terms of, I've done all the preparation, everything that I feel like I can do. I don't feel like I can do anything more. But I get to that cage, and it's the will of God. Yeah, if it's supposed to be, inshallah, my hand will be raised.
Yeah, because no one can predict. Like you can do everything, and then something can happen on the day. Something no.
Exactly.
But knowing that you tried your best, but then Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, God Almighty, has a. In fact, the reciter before we started, he read out a verse, and part of it was وَكَانَ قَدْرَ اللَّهِ وَكَانَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ قَدْرًا مَقْدُورًا, which is that the affair of God is all qadr. It's all written. It's a plan.
Yeah.
And so having that belief, I genuinely believe that. In fact, there are studies about this. The study that I looked into in 2018, one that was done in Germany by a woman called Laura Tobin, and she was saying that people who believe in oneness beliefs, and in fact, they mentioned Muslims. They said Muslims who believe in tawheed or monotheism, one God, that they have a higher satisfaction in life because of that belief. If in fact, I had a conversation with a guy called Jordan Peterson. Yes, now he's gone, sorry to say, the wrong path.
Yes, because the politics change up. He's an amazing, but I've listened to him a lot, so yeah.
I had a conversation with him though, long time ago, before he declared his political stances.
Yeah.
And I put this to him. I said to him, look, the Qur'an says, "Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub," that certainly with the remembrance of God do hearts find rest. And the Qur'an also mentions that وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. Whoever averts his attention from my remembrance, he'll be depressed. So in other words, depression, if you don't believe in God, if you don't worship in God, then you'll be depressed. And even he agreed. He said, look, the reason for that, and he gave a reason. He said, it's because your focus is multiplicitous. If you are somebody who is, who believes in many different things, who relies on many different things, then you become more anxious. But if you have one focus, which is that the worship of one God, which is a transcendental thing, if you believe in that, it's much more powerful than relying on other things. So I think that now, when you, as a Muslim, having that faith psychologically, it'll put you in a much more powerful position.
Well,
win or lose, it's a much more powerful.
And I genuinely feel that, And people have said to me, even when I've lost fights, so oh, you can conduct yourself really, really well. And it's because I believe there's a plan. I've had opponents that have beaten me, and you can't see them now.
Who would you say have been the most difficult opponents that you faced in your career?
Well, I'll say the main one. Obviously, I lost via knockout to Douglas Lima, but
that was more of a fluke, I would say.
He got like a kick. But I always knew, even after the loss, immediately I always knew that I have the ability to beat this person. There was never a doubt in my mind. It's like, you were the better man tonight, and I just got to stay steady on my path, and I'll find you again.
That was more of like a mistake that you made.
100%. There's again loads of variables when it comes to fighting, and at that top level, that's what I mean. No matter where you are, that top level, it's a game of inches, man. You make one mistake and it can be a detrimental mistake, and which is why we train so hard to alleviate or make as few mistakes as possible.
Apart from Douglas Lima, who else would you put up there as the most difficult fight you ever?
Again, Storley, I'd say, is a more frustrating. There's a different kind of.
You tried like wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah, he tried to play it safe. And I think a lot of people do as well, which is why there's been a few adjustments to the rules. I don't mind people wrestling. It's part of the game. But when you wrestle to just count the clock down, and in hope that when you stand up, you get your hand raised, that's not a fight. If you should be coming in there, your wrestling should be, or you should be getting me into a certain position, keep beating me up. As in part of our game. So when you're just wrestling for wrestling's sake, just to hold, is when I find it more frustrating.
That's more of like, I would say, a scorecard, or whatever you all say.
And again, I feel like you're not really doing the sport justice. Like, again, we're here to see who the better man is. It's not who can hold the tightest or the longest. But nothing against wrestlers. I just like him. Like Khabib. Is an exceptional wrestler that tries to continue inflict damage and win the fight. It's not just wrestling. He really is trying to beat you as well. But somebody like that, 100%, that's fine. But if after 15 minutes or 25 minutes, I stand up and I look the same, and you get your hand raised, I don't like that.
What about was it Ian Gary? His name is.
Ian Gary was, to be fair, for me personally, there was a lot. I'm not going to go into it now, but there's a lot that happened before. This is the one thing that we always forget, that in the build-up to a fight, there's so much that could go on that you would never see. But I just wasn't the best me on the day. So that was more frustrating. It wasn't difficult. I don't find him a difficult fighter at all. I just wasn't in the best place I could have been in the prep for that fight.
Would you want to fight him again?
Yeah, I'd love to. And again, the reason I've moved up, a lot of people keep asking me because, like I said, I'm a natural welterweight. The welterweight division is very political. Really? Very, very political. I don't care.
Meaning fighting what? Meaning
everybody's like, people don't want to fight this person and that person. And as you've seen, second I got to the UFC, I'm like, big names. I just want big and exciting fights. I'm not going to be in it for too much longer. I'm here to really just make a big last push, a big statement. I want the belt, inshallah. And then
what, middleweight or welterweight?
I don't care anymore. If the welterweight, the guys are going to keep arguing amongst themselves and not fighting, I'll leave them to it and I'll do it at the middleweight.
Well, let me ask you this then. I mean, since you brought it up, you got DDP and Khamzat. Let's play the game. Okay, imagine Khamzat wins, imagine DDP wins. How do you think that if you were matched up with either of those men, how would you?
It's a difficult battle, but I'm here for those exciting fights. It means I probably wouldn't have made it today because I'd still be training. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be one of those kind of fights that means I have to put everything in it. And again, Allah, if He wants me to win, inshallah, my hand will be raised at the end of that. And I'm representing everybody here.
Inshallah, and we're backing you, are we not? Tasweer. Inshallah. You've got a new fan base now.
Thank you.
You've got a Muslim fan base.
And I, you know what, and I have felt that, one thing I have to say, I felt that, again, I did it for my own purposes, but then I didn't realize what it would mean for everybody else as well watching. And there's been a lot of love, so I want to thank everybody that has, given me love, supported me, and I hopefully continue supporting me, inshallah. And like I said, I hope I can do you proud.
Inshallah. Oh, you've already done that, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you so much.
We'll exchange details in the channel. Yes, like your questions, anything you need, just let us know.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Right there. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Peace.